Jordan, how many teams did it come down to? I know Columbus was sort of a late name thrown in. Nobody was talking about them. Then they got mentioned the day of. So, like, how many teams did you actually have it whittled down to before you decided on Columbus?
I had like 3-4 teams that I knew I wanted to play for. Columbus was obviously high on that list for me. But there was a few other teams, and the day of, I was only really talking to 2 of them. So I was pretty much signed with a different team. Most of the day I hadn't heard from Columbus, and then all of a sudden they called at like 4, and I told my agents, like, I want to go here. Like, just try to get this done. Like, this is the spot I want to be right here. And he got it done in an hour, and next thing you know, I was signing with Columbus. So I was, it was a stressful day, but I was super excited.
You mentioned it being a stressful day, and that's something like I never experienced being a UFA, or I was, but at that point I was getting booted to Russia when my time came. So in terms of that day, and like it all comes, you realize you're not going back to Calgary. Are you kind of getting calls from your agent every 10 minutes? Like, is there a point when you're like, hey, they need an answer right now? Like, how did that whole day come about? Because not until 4:00 you heard from Columbus. That's surprising.
Yeah. To be honest with you, I don't think I'd ever want to do this again. It was like, it was a stressful day. Like, I thought it was going to be like, free agency. This team's going to want me, that team's going to want me, get a call from these guys, that guy, this and that. It was nothing like that at all. I'm just like, what's going on here? And I don't know, maybe it's because the flat cap and, it's harder on teams and stuff like that. But, I was only talking to like 2-3 teams. And I was super thankful that Columbus called during that, late hour in the afternoon, because I was pretty much I think I was trying to get a deal done with the Devils. And then Columbus called, and, I was like, I want to go here. And then my agent got it done, and it was awesome. So
I heard the list got cut down by about half the teams because they heard you like Friends. The show Friends,
and that Ross was his favorite character,
and then that cut him down even more. And
then there was only Columbus left,
and then Chuck Fletcher was like, "Fuck it, I'm not even getting rid of these contracts. I'm gonna keep sipping on my Mai Tai here on the beach. I'm not gonna do any work. That guy can go fuck himself."
I love watching your clips, and out of nowhere, just someone would just be like, or you can just like Ross and Friends, like Johnny does, like just some random episode I'm getting thrown in because I like Ross. So
I'm surprised that news anchor didn't come after you about it.
Yeah, I know that was tough to watch right there. I was like, geez.
Settle down, buddy. Well, that's actually something I wanted to ask you, because, you had such great years in Calgary. The team did have a lot of success, especially this last year, and they wanted you to be there so bad. So how tough was it? Did you have to give Tree Living a call? Was there a final kind of goodbye? And I can't imagine it was easy to say no to their offer.
No, it was really difficult. I think that's, a lot of people think I was kind of dragging Calgary along, but I thought about signing back in Calgary or going to free agency every day for like a month, and every day I thought I was going to possibly go back to Calgary, and then the next day I thought I just kept. It was difficult. I just kept going through it in my head, and it was a long month, but it came down to like literally the last day. I was like, I seriously still don't know what I'm going to do. I love Calgary so much. It's such a great place to play. The fans are great, but in that final, kind of a few hours, I thought, it was going to be best for me to just test free agency, and it was a hard decision, but it was a long month there. It was one of the hardest things I've had to do in my life. I think just trying to, let Calgary know I wasn't going to go back.
Jordan, was the one decisive factor? You're like, all right, it's going to be Columbus. I know your buddy Eric Robinson's been there for a long time. Was he a big recruiting factor?
Yeah, Eric, obviously super close, really close buddy of mine. And then I played with a lot of guys on that team. I played with Corrali, I played with Renski, a couple of world championships. Who else? Erica Branson's on the team. I had a lot of familiar faces there, and it makes kind of going into a new team a little bit easier. So I really like that part of Columbus as well, just having familiar faces there and stuff.
How much of a factor, I guess, to call, a more relaxed atmosphere than playing in Canada? How much of that was a factor as well?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be different than playing in Canada. Obviously, the media and this and that. It's a lot smaller in Columbus, but I've heard so many good things about their fans. They're so into the game, the fifth line, and I'm really looking forward to playing in front of those guys too. Obviously, Canada's kind of a different level than a lot of places you play in the States, but I think it's going to be a pretty fun place to play. I'm looking forward to playing my first game there.
Are you training for the cannon? Because I saw it one of the years where you were at the All-Star game there. You pooped your pants when the cannon went off.
Yeah, I've done that a few times. I was telling the media in Columbus, I was like, you're just going to have to put me in the arena and let this thing blast off like for an hour. And I'm just going to get used to it eventually.
Yeah, just lock you in a room. Now, okay, so going back to the fact that you end up leaving Calgary, like, have you been asked if maybe COVID and the rules and like the shutdowns and everything, the Canadian side of it, did that play any type of factor in this, or is that just absolute nonsense?
No, not really. It didn't really. I mean, obviously it was tough, with the whole COVID thing in Canada. It was pretty hard, getting family and to come see us, not even play. They couldn't even watch us play, couldn't even come in the arena, but just to come say hello or like see my family, that was difficult. But that wasn't a huge deciding factor on why I didn't go back. I think it was time for me to just get a different change of scenery, I think. And we wanted to play a little bit closer out east and play a little bit closer to family. And that was important to us.
Does maybe some of the negativity, maybe from media members, Calgary fans, about you leaving and your decision, like, were you expecting maybe some of it or all of it? And does it affect you deep down, considering what you put into that organization?
Yeah, I didn't think I was gonna get as bad as I have. I obviously thought there was gonna be some fans, not happy, but I didn't think I was gonna hear about as much as I have. And I get it. I mean, they're very passionate fan base. They have very passionate fans, and they love their Flames, and the city of Calgary loves hockey. So I understand it's been hard on a lot of people, but I still love that place. I was part of that organization for 12 years, played there for eight or 9 years, and the city was great to me every single time. And it sucks, having to leave, but I just wish them all the best, and then hopefully they can get over it soon here, because it's a great place, and I really did love playing there.
I'm gonna miss the Gucci belts and the Gucci loafers on the horse to lead the Stampede parade, man. I'm not gonna lie.
I know. I was gonna bring that back this year if I went back. So.
Oh that would have been one way to fucking re-sign there. Just come in with the horse and the flag, maybe with like a pair
but now
of
we can go to
Uggs
like a Buckeyes game or something with some
That's
Yeezys
true.
on. Exactly.
Yeah.
Just rip it up that way.
Exactly. Yep. So I'll probably do that. I'll try to do that the next year. So
has Patrick Laine called you?
No, we
playing
texted
video
a little
games.
bit.
Oh shit.
What was that?
He's playing video games, he said.
Oh,
he's playing Grand Theft Auto. He's getting the 5 stars.
Bit. I talked to a few of the guys, but he texted him a little bit, texted a few of the other guys, and my phone's just been blowing up. I've debated just chucking it in the ocean, not even answering anything, but I forgot I had an interview with you guys, so I'll do it after this.
I got one more quick one. When you decided Columbus was the landing spot, did you know that you were going to like blow up the hockey world with this? Like, they never, you're the biggest, 100% the biggest free agent signing they've ever had. And I don't even know if they've ever had anyone even remotely close to that. RA, you might be able to chime in with a name or like, this is, did you expect that it was going to make headway?
I didn't expect people to be so shocked on me choosing Columbus. I guess maybe, I didn't know. I didn't expect this at all. Everyone's texting me like, well, what? Like, why? Like, Columbus question mark? And I'm like, and I'm just like, well,
your mom.
I did my research. I've heard so many great things about Columbus, and the outside part of the city with like just great neighborhoods, great golf. I mean, the flying for the road games, I'm back in my bed at like 12 instead of 4 a.m. sometimes. I mean, there's just a lot of really good, things that I kind of learned about Columbus, and to go to Ohio State games too, which is awesome. And I was a little shocked the way everyone thought it was so shocking I chose Columbus. But
how's the jet skiing there?
I don't know. I don't think they got a river there. I think maybe. I don't know.
There'll be something for you to rip around on.
Oh yeah. In your pool, because you're a gazillionaire now. You just get a fucking.
Gets an Olympic-sized swimming pool and just rips up the Columbus Blue Jackets jet ski he has made for his signing bonus.
You and Kenny with that mullet you got going.
Oh my god.
But you mentioned doing your research, and that's one thing. Like I think people think of Columbus, and obviously it's not a major city, but first off, it's a great fan base, and you saw kind of the fan base and what they went through when they upset Tampa and how crazy that building was. Mm-hmm. And second, like it is such a great place that you see so many guys, they don't leave there once they retire. I think Dubinsky's still there. I think Jarrett Bull's there, and there's a lot of guys. So I'm assuming doing your research, you're talking to people who really love living there post playing as well, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you named a few, but there's like 6-7 other guys.
Yeah.
Going back there in the summers, and like I was talking to Cam Atkinson. I mean, I drove by his house the other day, and I texted him like, "I'm not behind next to your house." He came out. I got to see him. He's like, "I'm so happy. You're gonna love this place. Like, this is such an undercover, great city." And I kept hearing everyone say it's a hidden gem, and just being there for the whole day and like just going around, the city and the little outskirts and towns and some golf courses. I just kept getting this vibe that I was like, wow, this could be a really cool place to play. And, I think, like you said, I'm really looking forward to it and see where it goes.